today's story, even though we're in the middle of talking about the Bezusha Partizan, but I thought in honor of Yud and the Tess and Yud Kislev, I'll tell you a story of the Mittler Rebbe. If I can find it, if not, we'll have to say it by heart. A beautiful story. Yeah, here's the story. The Alter Rebbe used to learn every Shabbos after davening Chassidus with his daughter Freitke. And you should say my modern for her. She was an extraordinary person that you can hear right there. Just to tell you about her a little bit. You can see this extraordinary relationship that my modern was set for her. I think we only had one child. She married one child, but after the Alter Rebbe, Stalkus, Chavdala Tevis, she got sick because of the Stalkus. And she passed away that summer, in Sivan, of that summer of Tov Kavayin Gimel. Before she passed away, she asked that the minion of Chassidim come to her bedside. And she started saying L'kai Neshama. Shonasati B'Tahiri. And then when she came to Betvata, said, Little Mimeni, you're about, and you are destined to take it from me. So it says about Rabbi Yehuda Nossi. She stretched out her hands, it says 10 fingers like this, and she said, Tata, Father, Father, I'm coming. And with these words, she left her soul, her holy soul left. She was extraordinary, as you can hear, one of the greatest Chassidim of the Alter Rebbe. They had 6 children, 3 daughters, the Leah and Rachel, and the Mittler Rebbe, and Reb Moshe and Avram Chaim, who died very young. So here's the story with the Mittler Rebbe and his sister. So the Mittler Rebbe used to hide always to hear the Maimer. The Maimer that the Alter Rebbe would say, Shabbos after davening. I'm not sure if it's Friday night or Shabbos day. Doesn't say. Looks like it's Shabbos day.
This right here is the Alter Rebbe's daughter?
Yeah, Alter Rebbe's daughter, Mittler Rebbe's sister. So once the Mittler Rebbe asked Father, he should say for you a maimer about the 4 big day kahuna of the kohen. The hat, the trousers, the tunic, and the avnet, the belt. So, so when the Alter Rebbe came to visit her, to see her Shabbos, as always, so she asked her father if he would say, a maimer drush chassidus on this inyan. And the Alter Rebbe said, but he didn't speak about the gartel. He explained all 3, but not about the avnet, the gartel. Now, Mittler Rebbe is like under the bed. He's hiding. So he sees that the maimer is coming to an end, and his father didn't explain the gartel. So he took off his gartel and he throws it under the bed to his sister that she should get the point and say, Tata, she should remember and ask about the gartel. So she saw it and she remembered. She realized what it meant right away. And she says, and the gartel? So the Alter Rebbe said, it appears that your brother is hiding under the bed and hearing. And he told him, better leave, and didn't continue, didn't explain. End of story. So the story is a beautiful story in its own right. The Mittler Rebbe's desire for Chassidus, everybody knows that. I've told the story many times. They offered him a shidduch, different shidduchim. He said, the one that's going to be the quickest, who lives nearby, because by the chassid, that will say Mamorim. So you just the first one to get to the Mamorim. But just making a comment here about the gartel. In this story here? No. Could be married already here. Oh, you know that. Yeah, the gartel is not a raya. Not a raya. And actually, since you're bringing it up, the Rebbe said this in Yechidus, I don't remember to who. It was in Yechidus, that he would want that Bochum should wear a gartelach. It just never happened. Some Chassidish Bochum wore a gartel under there. I think he said it doesn't have to be on top. Could be of the jacket, it could be underneath. I don't know why it didn't catch on. But it is,
The other Chassidim-
yeah, by the Chassidim, from Bar Mitzvah they wear a girdle.
We were one starting
From Chassan. No, from the Rebbe Siddur, yeah. From the Rebbe Siddur. Huh?
underneath.
Yeah, I remember we did it underneath. Why? I don't know. Why we're not. Anyway, so it's not a raya from the story. Huh? There you go. Yeah, so I'm happy to hear that it's catching on. When I was a bacher, there were very few that did. But just suggesting, L'chora, why the Alter Rebbe did not say a beer on the girdle. I'm just offering this complete b'derech efsher because a woman is not obligated. A person davens, a man davens. There's 8 things that have to be in place, and one of them has to be a gathering at the waist. You can't daven for a male with a long ungathered tunic. Hence, the whole Yinef Agartla was born, a special levush, as to make this division. It only applies to a male because of the lower organs for the male are not the same for a female. Not begashmis, not beruchnis, not psychologically, not physically. She doesn't need that separation. The guy has to know everything has its place. The lower has to serve the higher, not the higher serve the lower. So he has to wear a gartel. Since Alter was saying here a maimer for Freitke or Freide, as they called her, he didn't address that. I'm just suggesting that part of the big kahuna because it wasn't shaykhs to her avodah. And the fact that she's asking for it, where's this coming from? It's better. The Mittler Rebbe is asking. But that itself is just a very important. This is final message I'm saying that just about a push, for the male, a male, sexuality can be, you don't have to say this, can be completely just a physical thing. For a female, it's naturally part of a relationship. To begin with, it's a sacred thing. It's part of a relationship with not a separate thing. That he has to have a gadol, therefore, to know its place and how to use it. It's all avodah. But for the woman, it's natural and instinctual and doesn't have to be taught. And no garments are required to remind, etc. Upon him, the Rebbe will conclude with this. I mean, the Rebbe told the story about the shidduch thing more than once. And he's, as a hero, that's how much we have to, kochzech in Chassidus. And he would often say, the Mittler Rebbe said, what does he want? His whole Nesius, what's the goal? The two younger light get together. And what do they talk about? Yichud Ilah and Yichud Tata. And what that means is not necessarily only talk about Al Shlichus, Yichud Ilah, Yichud Tata. It's bringing Elikus into the world. Two Chassidim meet, what's a natural conversation? As Lubavitch's, Mashiach, Shlichus, what has to be done. That's their natural conversation. That's what his whole goal was. They've often quoted, and I think to a large degree, it is the reality today. We'll talk about all kinds of things under the sun as well, but the natural conversation is not about politics and sports, whatever it is, although we're interested in all of that. But really, it is front and foremost, what are we doing? How can we further the goal? It's Yichud Ilah, Yichud Tata. The Rebbe, we hope he's happy, not happy enough, because Mashiach didn't come yet, but we need the kochzech in it, should be front and center, and each one do their part. And we merit Mashiach without delay. Have a wonderful day. Good Shabbos, what?
That's what Wilhelm, the youngest Wilhelm, who runs the project with the Sifras. The whole idea there
Is that people should meet, and their conversation should be Chassidus and so on, yeah.
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 So that's the way I actually learned instead of Shir Basan. So it was very nice. You learned.
Good Shabbos, Rabbi.
Shabbos.
Shabbos to all of you. All the very best. God bless you.
Yeah. Everybody should be healthy and well. Good Shabbos.
Oh my, God bless you.